our guy Raider Resistance, dropped the post, and it surprised me because based on what it was saying, that Davantae Adams is not happy. Now, is this the time to start for things to start coming out like this? It is, because we've already seen a lot of things transpire, like free agency, the draft, and rookie camp. The schedule dropped. So with all these things coming out and not a lot of busy work to be waited on as far as the NFL, you're gonna start hearing rumors up until probably training camp. So this is the start of it. But it is said that Davantae Adams came out to speak on how he feels about the organization. And honestly, I was surprised to hear this because, quote unquote, he is not seeing eye to eye with the organization. This is being reported from Myron Fader, a reporter from the Ringer, apparently, and quote unquote, it says, "We don't see eye to eye on what we think is best for us right now." Davantae Adams saying that is huge. That's huge because we've already done all of these things. And for this to come out afterwards, this is crazy. It's not a good look, right? It's not a good look. Free agency already transpired, like we spoke of. We already got the players that we got, right? Pretty much. I mean, there's still some guys out there, but at the end of the day, are we really going to go get those guys if we weren't really at the head of the race in order to get them, right? Then you go into the draft, and the way the draft transpired was a little different than some people expected. Not saying that it was a bad draft. It was just different than what some people expected. And based on Davantae Adams saying they're not seeing eye to eye on what has been done thus far, it's not really a good look. Now, also that was said, the front office think this is the best bet for us right now to put us in a position to be urgent, Davantae Adams said. And that also goes to show that they're putting us in a position to be urgent, but Davantae Adams sees it a different way. Now, who's to believe who's right? The player or the guys actually running the team? Now, at the end of the day, we're just fans, and we can put our opinion on it as we see fit, right? Because we don't really have too much skin in the game. At the end of the day, we just want to win. Now, how we go about this team being built, I think it was right to get Davantae Adams, but then Davantae Adams says what they're doing now isn't correct. And I could definitely see this because the way the game plan could be drawn up now is kind of dink and dunk. And Davantae Adams doesn't have a guy that could throw him the ball 50, 60 yards downfield accurately in Jimmy G. He's just not built like that as far as the quarterback that we have now. He's not built like that. So how could we expect Davantae Adams to be happy about a scheme to where it's going to be a lot of short passing, probably that West Coast offense? We don't have a guy that can get him the ball far downfield. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments about this whole fiasco, about this whole situation. Again, it was reported by Myron Fader of the Ringer. Also, there's an article in Bleacher Report about this, and our guy Raider Resistance dropped it. That's where I seen it first. Make sure to follow them. All right. Now, in other news, we were talking about this yesterday, actually, on my live. If y'all don't know, we back doing Good Morning Nation every Monday morning. But with that being said, Marcus Peters visiting with the Raiders. What does this mean for the Raiders, right? What does this mean when it comes down to fulfilling that veteran spot in the cornerback room? Now, we did get Duke Shelley, okay? We did draft that corner, okay? So that's two guys that we added to the room, but we lost Rock Ya-Sin, a guy that was a starter caliber. Now, did we bring somebody in that was a starter caliber? I don't know if we did. I honestly don't. Some people are really thinking Duke Shelley could be a guy that could come in and because he was productive last year, that he could fulfill that spot, but I don't think so. I'm not going to commit myself to a 5'9", 183-pound cornerback. I'm just not a big fan of that. I mean, we already have a Mick Robertson, a guy that's pretty much undersized. So you bring in a Duke Shelley. Is Duke Shelley going to take a Mick Robertson spot? Because you don't want to have a bunch of guys that are 5'9" on the field trying to cover receivers like Mike Williams or Keenan Allen. It just doesn't make that much sense. It really doesn't, especially if you expect to put them in the slot, have to cover a tight end. That just doesn't work out that well, right? And then the cornerback we picked up, I'm not too mad at it, right? Got some speed and got some size. He's not a smaller guy, but is he going to be that starter? Is he going to beat a Duke Shelley who is undersized? Is he going to beat a Mick Robertson as well, who's been here for a couple of years already and has some experience? I don't know if that's going to happen. I would love to see it because he has that closing speed, but I don't know. Now, this is where Marcus Peters comes into play because he's definitely a guy that you could go and plug and play. At the same time, he's older. He's 30 years old. He's dealt with some injuries, and he's not really the same player that we're used to seeing, especially when you hear his name. He's not that same player. He's just not. If you go watch this film last year, he did have some hiccups, more than usual. Now, he is a gambling type cornerback that's going to go out there and try to get you those interceptions and jump routes. But at the end of the day, is he what the Raiders needs? Potentially, because he has that dog, he has that attitude, veteran presence. Is he going to demand a starting spot? Because I don't want him to start, even if these young guys are out there outperforming him and showing off some things. And if they were to get some experience, they could grow from that experience. And that's what you do when you get a veteran guy. You take away the experience for the younger ones. So if we're in a win now mode, then I could kind of see that, but we're not. So I don't really see the point in trying to force this upon this cornerback room. I'm not opposed to it, but at the same time, I would love to see our young guys go out there and get some burn. Again, let me know what you guys think about the Davantae Adams situation going on down in the comments, as well as do you want Marcus Peters? Now, if y'all can, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button, go raid that mother effer and hit that like button, all right? Don't forget to subscribe and check out Raiders Resistance on Instagram if y'all want any of the updated sources about the Raiders. And check out Redemption brand, because at the end of this month, we will no longer have the LV, the Las Vegas brand up there, or line up there, I should say. We will be taking it down, and we will be putting out different products. So make sure to go cop this, because it won't be available most likely till next year or the end of this year. Okay, so appreciate y'all tuning in. Till next time, y'all, rate the tape.